Have you ever seen a poor girl carrying a bucket of popcorn in a business meeting? Well, this time, it was not just any business meeting. It was a high-level meeting between some of the biggest names in the industry. All the participants were well-dressed in suits, and all of them had one thing in common. They were there to get their share of the billion-dollar pie. But then there she was, a poor girl in a tattered dress, walking towards the table with a bucket of popcorn in her hands. Everyone's eyes turned towards the door, and they were all wondering the same thing. Who is that girl, and what is she doing here? The answer to that question was going to shock them all, because the girl was no ordinary girl. She was actually an orphan who had been living on the streets for years. And she had a plan to make a fortune off of these rich guys, even if it meant humiliating them in front of everyone. She had nothing to lose and everything to gain, so she went all in. The CEO of the company was a ruthless businessman who had made his fortune by exploiting others. He was known for his cunning business deals and his ability to manipulate people into doing his bidding, but even he was taken aback by the girl's audacity. He had never seen anyone like her before, someone who was willing to speak her mind and stand up for herself, and he couldn't help but feel a sense of respect for her. So what did the CEO do next? Keep watching to find out. Before we start, please subscribe to the channel. The girl adjusted her dress and walked towards the table with her head held high. She didn't let the stares and whispers of the other people bother her, because she knew that she had something valuable to offer. She sat down on the only empty chair and said, "Thank you for inviting me to this meeting." Her voice was soft but firm, and everyone in the room heard her clearly. The CEO was the first to recover from the shock of the girl's sudden appearance, and he nodded curtly in acknowledgement. The others followed suit, although some were still whispering among themselves. "Now, I assume you've all come here because you want my help," the girl said, surprising everyone again. No one had expected her to be so confident and self-assured, but she was. She looked at each one of them in turn, her eyes shining with intelligence. "I know you need me, and I know what you're thinking. How can this poor girl with popcorn help us?" she continued, her voice echoing in the stunned silence that followed. "Well, I have something that you all want, and you are willing to pay anything to get it." The CEO was impressed. He had never met anyone like this girl before. Not only was she smart, but she also had a good head on her shoulders. He could tell that she wasn't just trying to scam them or get some money out of them. She actually had something valuable to offer. This was evident in the way she carried herself, the confidence in her voice, and the intelligence in her eyes. The CEO was a man who appreciated intelligence and cunning, and he saw a lot of it in this girl. He leaned forward in his chair and said, "What do you have that we want?" His voice was low and dangerous, but the girl didn't flinch. She took a deep breath and said, "I have information that can make you all very rich. Information about the new project that the government is funding, a project that will change the future of the industry forever." The room was silent again. The CEO and the others exchanged glances. They were all thinking the same thing. Could this girl really have what she was claiming to have? If so, then she could be worth a lot of money. The CEO decided to play along. He wasn't going to let this girl know that she had already gotten to him. He had to keep her on her toes. He needed to see how far she would go. "Tell us more," he said finally, his voice betraying nothing. The girl smiled mysteriously and said, "I'm sure you all have heard rumors about the government's new project. A project that promises to revolutionize the way we do business." She paused for effect. "Well, I know the details of the project, and I'm willing to share them with you." The CEO was intrigued. He had heard rumors about the government's new project, but he hadn't been able to get any concrete information. If this girl really had what she was claiming to have, then she could be a valuable asset. "What do you want in return for this information?" he asked cautiously. The girl looked at him for a moment and said, "I want you to invest in my education. I want you to give me the opportunity to get a good education and become someone important in this world." The CEO was taken aback by her request. He had expected her to ask for money or some other material thing, but not this. She continued, "I know I am just a poor street girl, but I promise you I will not disappoint you. I will work hard and make you all proud." The CEO was moved by her words. He had never met anyone like this girl who was so determined and ambitious. Here was a girl who had every reason to be bitter and resentful of the world, yet all she wanted was a chance to make something of herself. He could see the potential in her, and he knew that if he invested in her education, he would get back tenfold. "Very well," he said finally. "I agree to your terms. I will invest in your education and give you the opportunity to become someone important." The girl's face lit up with gratitude and excitement. She knew that this was the best decision she had ever made. By agreeing to her request, the CEO was not only giving her the opportunity to change her life, but he was also gaining a valuable asset. He was getting a young, bright mind that was hungry for knowledge and eager to prove itself. And so it was that the poor girl with popcorn got what she wanted, an opportunity to change her life. The CEO and the others watched as she left the room, her head held high. They knew that they had just witnessed the rise of a new star, a star that would one day shine brightly in the sky. Over the next few months, the girl attended classes and studied hard. She was eager to learn and make the most of the opportunity that had been given to her. She excelled in her studies and soon became one of the top students in her school. Her intelligence and hard work did not go unnoticed, and soon she was being sought after by some of the best universities in the country. As for the CEO and the others, they reaped the benefits of investing in the girl's education. She proved to be a valuable asset, providing them with insights and ideas that helped them make millions. They had not only made a wise investment, but they had also gained a loyal and intelligent employee. Years passed, and the girl grew up to become a successful businesswoman. She used her knowledge and experience to start her own company, which soon became a major player in the industry. She had come a long way from the poor street girl who had presented the CEO with a bucket of popcorn. She was now a force to be reckoned with, respected, and feared by all. But despite her success, she never forgot the kindness that had been shown to her. She remained humble and down to earth, always remembering where she had come from. She continued to invest in education and help underprivileged children, giving back to society what had been given to her. And as for the CEO and the others, they watched with pride as the girl they had once doubted became one of the most successful businesswomen of her generation. They had not only made a wise investment, but they had also made a friend. They'd found someone who was not only intelligent and ambitious, but also kind and compassionate. They'd found someone who was not just a poor girl with popcorn, but a true gem. In the end, it was the CEO who was speechless. He had thought he had it all: the money, the power, the respect. But he had never felt the satisfaction that he felt when he saw the girl succeed. He had seen her grow from a poor street girl into a successful businesswoman, and he knew that he had played a small part in that. He had given her the opportunity of a lifetime, but she had made the most of it. She had proven that it wasn't where you started that mattered, but how you used the opportunities that came your way. He looked at the girl with admiration and respect. He had never met anyone like her. He had never met anyone who could turn the tables and outsmart the elite. He had never met anyone who could make him feel like he had learned something new. He had never met anyone like the poor girl with popcorn.